If you've been following along, you'll know that we have made a kind of example Flask application cooker. I'm going to set that aside just for a minute, and we're going to work in kind of a demo app so that you can understand the difference between get and post when we're looking at RESTful actions. So in this video, we're going to focus primarily on the get actions and how we actually need a HTML page for those get actions. We'll see a little bit different behavior when we look at the post actions. So for RESTful actions, there are 4 get actions. They are index, show, create, and edit. They're listed here. And when you tell Flask Commands to make a view and you use dot notation and you end with a RESTful action that is one of these 4, Flask Commands is going to generate an HTML file for you in your templates folder. And we've seen that with index and show. Let's actually look at create. And we're gonna do the same thing that we've done in the prior example, where we're going to make a recipes model. But I'm gonna actually hold off on creating the index. So here's what I did. So just so you can see, I'm in my demos folder. I have the cooker, and we're just gonna hold on to that. We're gonna come back to it. Don't worry, don't stress. We're gonna add on to it. I don't want to add some functionality that we're going to eventually remove because we want a slightly different functionality. So I just made a new project called My Project, and I CD'd into that project. We will run this. So this is a Fresh Flask application. And you can see here, it'll pull up the web browser, good, okay. And we'll bump this up, and we will also go back to VS Code, and here. All right, so just to see its fresh application in my models, I have no recipe model that we had before. My routes just has the mains route, and my templates file just has the mains template folder. So nothing about a recipe at all. So let's come in here, and what we're going to do is we are going to, let's go back to, because I said it, we're gonna make a create action, and then we'll follow that with the store. So let's make the create now. Now when I make it, I don't have a model, so I will use the -m to generate the model in addition to the routes. All right, so just so you can kind of, if you want, when I generate it, I want you to be able to see the files that get created on disk over here in the corner. So Flask make view recipes.create. All right, so we're going to need a route. This would just make the template file. That's all it would do. But we want a route, a controller hooked to that route, and we want a backed model of recipe. So that's going to generate that. So hopefully you saw over here, this changed from showing the mains to now showing the folder. And we have a new model called recipes. Let me bump that back out. You have a recipe model, hasn't been migrated. We've already shown how to do that. We've added to the columns. We've even connected it to the user model. And we've create a migration for that. So those are in prior videos. I'm not going to do that again. I just want to show you what got built. If you are seeing this kind of for the first time, we have a recipes controller. And the key thing I want to focus on in this video is that this is saying, and we've seen this in prior videos, this is saying return a template, return an HTML, return a string. And this actually shows you what's being returned. It's a string. It's a string which has HTML content in it, and the HTML content that is in that string is from recipes.create.html. So template, recipes, create. And we've seen the show and the index. So kind of nothing that's different from what we have previously seen. Just want to point out that the return in the controller is doing this. And if we go to the web application, refresh, okay. If we go to recipes right now, we get a 404. So make note that we have a 404 right now. In the next video, I'm actually going to see a different error. It's going to be a 405 error. Okay, but if I go to, and the reason we're getting a 404 is we never said create the index page. But if we go to create, then we see the actual web application and the HTML that we just showed you. So if I go back to my routes, we never showed the routes here. So just so you see it, we have the create. We do not have a route for recipes. So the create is the route that we currently have in this app. And I'm going to actually make a store in the next video, but store is a post instead of a get. So you're going to see different behavior happen with Flask commands. It's not going to do the exact same thing. So just make note that we did receive a template file for the create. It was a get, and we can go to this URL and we can see the web application actually return a string to us. All right, we'll see you in the next video where we're going to talk about the post.